Well, if we look at women and call them the maiden, the mother, the crone, I'm a crone for sure. I've hit my 61st year. I feel like I'm in a comfortable place. I've retired from teaching high school, so I'm just enjoying day by day.
I'm in my end stage of life. I'm gathering up souls to go to heaven, and all the lost children are going to go back to heaven, and we're all going to start over. We're hitting the reset button right from the beginning. That's it.
It needs to be better. I'm homeless, so it's not that great. You know, I mean, it's a better way to word it, but yeah, I don't know.
Wonderful. Like, how do you describe it? Or that's why I said wonderful. Couldn't be better. Healthy. What is my stage of life? Well, I'm almost 70. Riding my bike every day, almost. Come up to the Star all the time. Ride the Greenway. Got a wonderful Greenway here. Some good trails on the other side over there in those mountains, Carvin's Cove. It's really good for bicyclists. Bike lanes. Most people are pretty yielding, and life is good.
I would say it's definitely in kind of a transitioning stage. I'm definitely spending a lot more time thinking about what I'm going to do next. So my current stage of life, so I'm 29, so I'm kind of on that, like, I feel 30 right around the corner, I guess. So I'm kind of in that weird stage of trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do when I turn 30s? You know, when I turned 20, I was like, oh, this next 10 years is going to be filled with this, and that, and all that. You know, some of those come true and some of those don't. But it's now just kind of thinking, like, wow, in my 30s, I feel like, you know, I got to do this and that. And so it's kind of just getting prepared for this next stage, which, you know, I have no clue what's going to happen in that. I think, you know, with social media now, with TikToks, you know, Twitter, all that stuff, it's easy to look around and see the people who are doing real well and saying, well, if I'm not there, then how am I doing well? Or, you know, if, you know, you see some kid who's 24 who's achieved half the things you want to do, and you're like, oh, wow, I feel like I need to get on the ball. You know, I think it's just one of those things where just trying to catch up to where other people are, but also trying to stay within yourself where, you know, with what you can achieve.
Maybe like a budding or cocoon stage, maybe. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of different like ideas and thoughts going in and out and stuff more than before. And just like, since I'm still only 22, I feel like they could go a lot of different ways. So kind of just hanging around while stuff is kind of going down, just kind of seeing what's me, what's what fits, what doesn't, what works, what doesn't. Right now, all I'm thinking about is skateboarding. That's kind of it lately, but thinking of ways to make money and live. That's probably what I would describe it as: make money and live, and enjoying the free time that you got right now.
It's good. Kind of in a new chapter right now. Just got out of a long relationship and kind of exploring by myself again, just in the world, and just taking my time, enjoying things by myself. And it's a good place to be for me. It's something that I wanted. I wasn't happy for a while, and so I'm just rediscovering life back at my hometown. I moved away for a while, so just being home and getting to be single and be with my friends and my family is like I haven't really had the opportunity to have those people around me during like a hard time. So I think despite the major change, it's actually been a positive thing because of everyone who has been supported, and I can just come and visit my friend for a weekend because I can, and it's good. Yeah,
it's good. We moved in together after living apart for like 5 years, so it's good. It's been stable, and we're at a point where there's a lot of change coming, potentially. Might be moving. There's a sense of opportunity and potential, so it's like stable and nice that we're together, but exciting at the same time. We're both students living different parts of the state. New York, on the pandemic, didn't see each other much for a year and a half, and now we see each other every day. So I think that stability is nice.
Well, my current stage of life right now, so I'm in my final year of my master's right now, studying computer science. I have a vivid direction and vision about where I'm going right now. I went through a massive there was like massive heartbreak that I experienced in the last time, but it was a big motivator for me to be able to move forward and keep going. And it was a big reinforcement from the last relationship that I'm doing the right thing, and then I'm just like keeping the vision strong. And now it's just became a bigger catalyst in terms of like where things are going. So It's just like I applied to 13 PhD programs. I heard back from one school in London that's pretty prestigious, but I got rejected from a couple. But that's why I kept the wide net. But I'm just seeing where things are going right now, and then just moving forward in that direction, and just really just keep my goals in line of prestigious PhD, IPO, and then make an impact. So I just keep those three goals in line. Have a whiteboard, and have a vision board that's keeping myself accountable on that frame, and then just moving forward on that. Yeah, it's just really just like a lot of emotion and stuff that happened, and then I'm just like taking in what happened, and not just from the relationship, but there was like some other stuff that happened to me in the past. But I've been consistently just been using my goals as sort of like an emotional outlet. Really, is just sort of like, okay, there's something better at the end because I'm making it happen. It's in my hands, really. So it's like that.
I am currently in the developing stages where I have to try to find a job after I graduate college. I feel like I'm looking at the job stage right now. I'm a junior in Virginia Tech. I get in long-term goal, like that's what I'm saying, 10 years down the road, I will try to have my own hydroponics. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're like this indoor like farming. Like you grow crops with LED lights and stuff like that. So my current plan is, my goal is to like apply for the USDA internship this summer, and hopefully I will get that, and then slowly save up my money within the next 10 years and start this business. But it is very expensive. It's about like more than $1 million investment because of the LED lights and the technology that goes into it. But I interned at a hydroponic my junior year of high school, and they sorry, that was my friend. And they said it was like a $5 million investment, but they turned it over within 3 years, which is a lot of money because that means you're making a decent amount. And all they grew was lettuce, basil, medley, green leaves. And the problem is, like outdoors, you can have about 2 to 3 harvests in a year. But in a hydroponic, and it takes also 2 to 3 months to grow lettuce and all those green leaves and basil outside. While indoors, you can grow it within a month because of the technology, and because it's you get to control the environment. There's no pests. It's easier to manage that. But yeah, that's my plan. Down the road, food security is gonna just become a bigger problem as population grows. By 2050 we're reaching 10 billion people, so my plan is to continuously feed people around the world.
Past the midpoint, when you hit 55, you have to look at what's in front of you then. Well, you have less landing pad than you did before, right? So you just kind of enjoy what you're doing.
It's a lot of growth, growth in an exciting way and growth also in a painful way. I got good friends and I'm making more friends, and that's been good, and I'm learning how to do what's right even when it sucks. So I'm kind of learning to suffer for things that are good and being willing to embrace that. So tons of growth, I guess. And I'm just learning. Just every day we have to make decisions, and whether it could be something small like I want to go get Chipotle or whatever, or for me it would be Cookout. I want to go to Cookout, but that's a stupid way to use my money, and at least today it is. And I got better things that I need to use it on, and so it requires discipline. And so it could be anything from that, from having the discipline to listen to somebody really well, having to fight really hard to pay attention even when somebody's irritating, and asking God for help through the Holy Spirit to help me do that stuff that's really difficult, or just doing somebody a favor or whatever. It's difficult, but it's good, and so I'm trying to be willing to walk into those things. Does that make sense?
Interesting. It's really interesting. It's really interesting.
What is your current stage?
On what level? How do you picture it? How do you picture my life? So you see me, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Average guy. Just like everybody else. Doing the same shit. What do you picture me? And in your head, may I ask you a question? Yeah. In your head, what's the first thought that comes by when you look at me?
My current stage of life, in a word, growth. So in one word, growth. Learning from trials, learning from, learning from past experiences, constantly understanding and reanalyzing self to achieve a higher vibration, like my man was saying. You know what I'm saying? Because all life is vibration, and all life is, you know what I'm saying, a matter of enlightening or awakening itself. So my thing has been understanding what that awakening really means. Meditation has been my primary key, but it's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying, really asking self tough questions about self. Really almost, psyching self, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting with that internal, because like my man was saying, we're built of a duality, our lower self and our higher self. That higher self is that divine energy that the Creator gave us. And when you meditate, you find that you get a chance to hear that voice a lot clearer. And that's been my main route to, you know what I'm saying, growth.